Wonderful stuff. Live in session here on Six Music, Wild Billy, Childish and the North Kent Folkways Revival and Fire in the Mountains, and another 2 numbers to come. Billy, would you mind introducing the rest of the assembled musicians here, please?
I can do. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to use their real names. We got the Butcher on banjo, Posh Boy on violin.
Thank you.
Spider on guitar, Spider Baby on boron. I mean, do you want your real names?
Yeah, why not?
Might as well.
Yeah. Introduce yourselves, men.
I'm Rob on banjo.
I'm Richard violin.
Arthur Allen on the guitar.
Oh, you got a surname.
Oh, well, I'm Richard Moore on the violin then.
More.
More.
And I'm Ollie Allen on baron.
He's allowed to wear a Genesis T-shirt because he's the youngest member.
I was very surprised. I mean, earlier on, before all this started, you said that you'd only ever met one person who liked Genesis and you couldn't remember the name, and here we are with the lamb lies down on...
his surname was John, and he's at Waterslade second...
Oh.
What weird thing to have a surname John, I just remembered.
Right, weird.
And he lived up the end of Waterslade Road, just before Waterslade Hill.
Don't give out his full address.
I don't remember the full address, but he tried to convince me that Genesis were a good group in 1974, but I didn't fall for it.
Oh, Ollie, you've got to get to work on him, mate.
Well,
I didn't even know wouldn't even know he was wearing a Genesis T-shirt unless you told me.
We tried.
It's one of my favourite albums.
He wasn't falling for it.
Good man.
I think it's fair enough.
I don't know anything about it. I couldn't slate him if I tried. I just remember I thought that Jimi Hendrix was better, but yeah, I could be wrong. It was
Very
74,
different,
wasn't it?
that's it.
73, I think it was. Or 72, who knows?
Could have been. Well,
I
I'm
haven't
glad.
shaved the middle of my head yet.
I'm glad all the introductions are out of the way, because it does get slightly confusing in the best possible way in terms of band names, and band names being slightly changed and altered, which is fine, and also the amount of records that you provide for us as well.
These fellas were singing loins, and
Yes.
it got confusing because they play with drums, can you believe it? So like a rock version of the Singing Loins. And I I worked with Arth 30 or 40 years ago, and I thought they were still a folk group. So when our dear friend Chris passed a couple of years ago, I sort of said, well, let's do a tribute to Chris. Little did I know that I would sort of like be doing him a disservice by dragging us back into being some sort of what is it?
Dragging us back to our root.
Yeah, what is it? What sort of thing is it? Like some sort of
It's very good.
What do we do now?
yeah, what is it?
Shanty.
Shanties, that's it, thank you.
But-
See the young mind. But the Genesis mind.
Exactly, he's got an open mind, Billy. There
He's got
you go.
Genesis mind.
That would be the way into it. That was the Fighting Temeraire, the LP you made, which seems
that's
like an
right,
age
yeah, I
ago, which is
remember
really good. Really, do you remember that one?
I do,
And now,
yeah.
since then, there are 2 more collaborative LPs this time as part of the North Kent Folkways Revival. It's all perfectly simple. It's interesting to hear you play the Medway Wheelers earlier as well, which is a song which has been recorded as a, for want of a better expression, a rock and roll song.
I'd say a pop song, personally.
Okay, a pop song. Okay,
Pop punk.
but with drums and a beat element to it.
A definite beat. We call it rhythm and beat. We're down our way, you know.
Yeah.
Beatle boots and all that.
But also it lends itself clearly, as we heard earlier, to the rendition you have
Well,
with
it's always
this
good
outfit.
to bend things into, bend them into your own requirement, like like bending sticks and putting them into water and changing their shape. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Wow,
it does. Yeah,
wow.
we've all done that. Yeah, this
It's
is what we
deep
can do.
stuff.
I mean, is it right that you went in with the intention of recording a single album and then just got carried away and came out with...
No, I went into with the idea of recording a single.
Right.
And then we just kept
And once
going.
we're in, I said, let's do an album. And then what happens with me is I think, well, in for a penny, in for a pound. I mean, as far as doing the... I don't know how many albums I've done, but people do speak to me. I say it's just a hobby that got out of control, because my real job is, with the pencils.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the thing is that now, did you lure them into the studio under a false sense of pretenses there? Because you said we're going in to do a single. Now, when you did a Q&A in London around about 9 months ago, maybe, Gid and I went, and you said that they asked you if you ever lie, and you said, no, I don't ever.
No, it's not lying. What happened was, it was because you had to learn. We were in the studio. I said, I've got a couple of other songs. And then we dragged Rich in to put
We had a few
melody
that
on.
we'd been working on. And
But then it just grew, didn't it?
Yeah, it grew. So
I don't have a sort of pre-plan. It just sort of like really is, like mushrooms in the night.
Right. Okay.
But maybe not as nutritious or as healthy.
Yeah, most of them in the studio we hadn't heard, had we?
No, you haven't
No.
heard them.
Billy saying,
No,
"Here's
how
another one."
terrifying.
And we played it about halfway through and said, right, let's record it.
Right, okay.
Well, that's how I do the stuff with all. Like we just did the Hidcoats album, and I got Johnny to come over, and I got a few ideas for songs. We do one run through, do the backing track. I said I've got another idea, and I mean that's how we work with CTMF, isn't it, Julie? Like with the rock and roll group. So they do complain a bit sometimes, but no one wants to waste time rehearsing anyway. So you sort of rehearse it in the studio and go. And of course, you can sort of work out, could have done it a bit better later on. But, that's history, isn't it?
So is that there's a new Headcoats LP to
There's
look
a
out?
new one that we've recorded, a new Headcoats album we just recorded. I've just been doing the vocals with Holly.
Fantastic. This is all great. And I know much is said about the speed at which you work and the amount of records that arrive, but I'm not complaining.
Well, the good thing about the Headcoats and the Headcoats one is definitely sounds like we've not developed or changed in 30 years, which I always take. You see, music to be good should always still annoy the geography teacher.
That's a
think
rule
I've
of
said that
thumb.
before.
I've never heard that one before.
No, exactly. A specific geography teacher or all geography
All
teachers?
geography teachers, especially ones with leather patches on their elbows.
Oh,
wish-
we know the types.
I hope there's still some around of that.
Actually, yeah, we shouldn't knock them. We want more of those fellas.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mr. Cunningham, if he's out
I
there.
beg your pardon?
Name
There's no
and shame.
swearing on this.
Hey, now, so you are playing Salford Arts Theatre tomorrow night?
That is
Yes.
apparently true.
It is true. And, it's strange because, I've been trying to get you to come up to this neck of the woods for a long time, as you know, but it seems to me that you find it easier to go to America than you do the north of England. So how did this happen?
Well, the American thing is not sort of like what happens is before our dear beloved new president came into power and things got a bit difficult. My wife's from California and we'd go and visit, and I'm not good at doing holidays, so we would sort of like busk a show when we're out there. But now we have to be. Now you've got to have work permits and all sorts of nonsense. Is that the same for Manchester? I'm not sure.
Yes, it is, yeah. You need to show them on the way out. Well, be careful when you go over next time, as we know.
Well, we were over actually just recently, but we didn't play any tunes, and I was just we just did a bit of drawing and drank some margaritas.
Right, nice.
So you're going to play another couple of tunes for us.
Aye.
And the aforementioned Julie's going to take lead vocal on the next one, I believe.
This is what the group would sound like if it was good.
All right. So this is Black Girl.
Of course, we should know that this is a traditional Celtic melody and song as well.
You ready?